Alright, morning, day 31. Another beautiful day. Pretty cold overnight again. It's warm in the quilt, but yeah, you could feel on the face was quite cold. Only activity, just sort of on dark there was a dog howling, and then a few of them started up, and you can tell they're all spread out at just the distances where you're hearing these bloody howling. And then didn't hear nothing until early hours of the morning, and there's this one bloody dog, and he started a few of them off and spread over a distance, and then nothing, and then I reckon an hour later the same bloody dog, and he must have done this about 4 times. There's a dead horse over there, I've seen that, wandering around yesterday. When I've been here before, the horses they still might do it yet, but I've come down from sort of that eastern area there where the re-veg fencing is, and they've come down, they've cantered down into this open here, but normally of a night time they'd be wandering around snorting, so I don't know whether they're spooked or they have reduced the numbers a bit. But, anyway, nothing so far. They still might get some coming down. Plan for the day now is I'm going to take, there's a track here, it's McFarlane's track, sort of heads south east. I'm going to take that, and then we'll take that, I don't know, 1.5, 2 k's, whatever, and then we're going to cut up to Forest Hill over to the border can. Let's see, what's it, Allen and Bulmer, I think it is. Border can that goes right through to the coast, and then we'll only a short distance from there is the Indy Springs, the Murray River marker, and then from there we'll cut back over to probably Cowombat Fire Trail, which comes out down there where the that border is there. It goes off to the right there, we'll come down there, and then we might head downstream of the Murray. There's an old Snowy Hydro water gauge. We're going to have a look at that, and then get some more water, and rest for the rest of the day. Probably have to wash my pants. The bloody spilt all that bloody salmon paprika juice all over them, so they stink. No wonder the march flies are back. I've had march flies for ages now. It's probably since the Ball Ball Plateau where they were horrible. There's a few more marchies around here. Not super bad or anything. And last night at the end up, I had to bloody clean out the shoulder pockets, the balance pockets, the arm ones. There must have been ants nesting in there. They just sort of kept coming out, and in the end I had to throw everything out of it and clean it out. Bloody ants, little black ants, because they stink. So it smells like an ant's nest this morning. Anyway, that's the direction we come in from. Alright, we're going to have some brekkie. So that, folks, is the marker for the source of the Murray River, or Indy River at this end. So remember the first time I come off the pilot and I just navigated through regrowth with a map, but this actually was a lot more obvious to see. It was swampy grass, but have a look at it now. It's all this bloody covered in tea tree, and whether they'd moved the marker, I don't know. But anyway, that's it. Now we'll go up to the border can. So not too far up from the marker of the Murray River is the Black Allen line, which runs from here. It's a straight line then through to the coast, marking the border between Victoria and New South Wales. So this was built as a commemorative cairn. I think it was back in 1873. It was supposed to have been formally ratified by both governments. Apparently it wasn't done until about 2006. Bit of an oversight of 100 and something odd years, 130 years. Anyway, that's it. It's quite impressive. And as you can see, I guess the line there marks states, so I'm on the Victorian side. Now I cross over to the New South Wales side. There you go. Black and Allen Borders can. Not Allen Border. I don't think cricket was around in 1873. There you go. And I don't know there's any track that goes any further from here. It's just pretty much just bush. It's not particularly thick bush through here. It's I suppose you'd sort of say thinly sort of wooded, but there's patches where it's a bit scrubbier, but righto, that's our journey eastward. We might make our way back to Cowombat and down to the Murray River gauge. Okay, just coming down from the border can, just coming out in a little grassed area. Seems to be on his own. This way, dummy. Hey. Beautiful colouring. Seems like a lot of the horses now, any that I've seen seem to be in like 1s, 2s, 3s at the most. I haven't seen any big mobs. I just walked out onto another clearing. And there's 4 in this one. There's a couple of younger ones. Yeah, it looks like a foal. So it'll be interesting to see what the stallion does there with a foal. They're generally a little bit more protective. They might take off. They're at a distance, so. certainly curious. Off they go. Righto, morning, day 32, and I've left the camp spot up there. Bloody windy spot up there. Haven't had the fire on the last two nights. It's been too windy. Settled down on sort of dark, and they're bloody dogs. Geez, you can hear it. There's a heap of them up in here. Anyway, wind picked up during the night, and it's only just not long let up. Bit of an ordinary day. Patch of blue sky up there. So I don't know, we'll get round Pilot Creek Trail, we'll get round where that meets up with this Cowombat Trail. They come together. I was going to climb the Pilot at 1829 metres. Looking at it at the moment, I think there's much point in it. It's just covered in cloud, but we'll assess that. We've got a little while before we get up to that part of the track. So a lot of those horse carcasses were up that valley I was talking about, where they were coming down here into this main area. They're up there around the left, right up that valley there. There's quite a few of them there. I noticed this morning, I just took a photo, but they've shot off. There was about 7, I think. I don't think there were 8, but about 7 horses in there grazing on the New South Wales side. I see one of them spotted me early coming down the hill. He was just watching, and they all shot off well before I got to the river here. So I did take a photo, so you might have to zoom in on that one. But they're all in beautiful condition up here. So I don't know, we've got I think maybe 16 k's today, so it's not a big day. Pilot will add a little bit of time to that if we do it. But this is now the official part where we're leaving my original home state of Victoria, going into my the state that I do live in these days, New South Wales. So here we go, we're crossing over, and that's the end of my journey in old Mexico. Bye bye Vic, till next time. Alright, so now it's New South Wales for, I don't know, what do we got, day 32, we've got 18 to go, so I think we've probably got maybe 2/3 of that New South Wales before we hit the ACT. Alright, onto the pilot, perhaps. Now I've just crossed, that's Pilot Creek there, that runs into the Murray. This one I took some photos of yesterday. As I approached that, in here, I saw just a few deer. I don't know how many were. Yeah, but they're all shot off into here. A handful of them. Yeah, too fast for me to get over, and anyway, here you go, more ferals. On the Snow Gums Trail here on this, I think it's Pilot Cowombat ridgeline. Just popped over this rocky outcrop here. Bit of cloud around behind me, but that's looking over to Victoria over there. That's Davies Plain Ridge. So if you remember when I come up from Buckwong Creek, it comes up onto the Misery Trail, Mount Misery Trail there, that's Davies Plain Ridge, so it goes right along. Instead it start to go down and head south down where we were. Down below there will be the Murray. Davies Plains Ridge that comes down to Tom Grogan. So the mountains there, the cloud that's Kosciuszko, the main range up through there. So we might get some better shots, but yeah, clouds still hanging around, so still got a little bit longer before we get to the bottom of the Pilot to make a decision. Anyway, we'll see. Come off the Cowombat trail to head up to the Pilot. No more than bloody, I don't know, 15 metres up. That's my first one for a few days. I think that little brown actually coming into Cowombat Flat. It's a good sized snake. Very black. I can't see enough underbody there whether or not he's a copper or yeah, I think he's a copper. There's that underbody there. He's good size, he's nice and fat. So made it all the way up to the Pilot, it's cleared up enough. That's down to Cowombat Flat down there. Must have come from there this morning. And then you've got the Cobras up behind it there. Cobras 2, right over to Cobras 1. Mount Kosciuszko main range. Of course, before that, a few days at Thredbo, Jago squash, farming. You know it. Hang out for that. Country over there that's heading over to the snowy. Out through there. Wind's a bit fresh up here, I can tell you. Way back over to the west, a lot of that country where we've come from. Alright, we'll get our way back down now, no real track up. It's just sort of a head up sort of thing. Just got to tin mine huts, and there were about 5 of them. There's a foal there. Closest one is the boss, I think. He's not too worried. The others are just sitting back a little bit gun shy. Obviously not too worried. They're probably a lot more used to people up in here, I'd reckon, in some areas. Righto, day 33, ready to leave Tin Mine Huts. Going to clear up to a nice day. Sun's trying to poke through, there's a bit of blue sky around already. So touch wood, our run of nice days continue. Yeah, I was planning only to go to Cascade Huts tonight. We'll have a look. It's only about 15-16k. The only other place I can probably get closer to is sort of Thredbo River down from Bob's Ridge. I mean, it's a pretty short day tomorrow. It's a bit of an exposed spot, I suppose, but we'll just see how we're going. All I've got is enough food for today and brekkie tomorrow. Brumbies have been hanging around. They're just over there, that's why I'm pointing the phone this way. You probably can't see them. So this is their area. They've been wandering around here all night and yesterday. The water yesterday, that's the Injagudjibi river there, runs through where the brush and tea tree is and goes around through there. Not a heap of water in it, there's enough, but everywhere sort of any access through it, the horses just go through it, so yeah, you just got to filter it or tablet solution, whatever you use, treat it. Other than the horse crap around everywhere, it's you can find a spot here to camp. It's nice and flat and grassy, so it's nice and comfortable. I ended up sort of behind a hut there yesterday because that bloody breeze was quite cool, even though the sun was out. Alright, time to go. So I've left, come down from Bob's Ridge, had lunch at Cascade Hut, got there about 12:30, that's pretty early. I thought, well, if I can knock over Bob's Ridge, there's another camp spot down here on the Thredbo River, a bit open but it's close to Thredbo in the morning, so have me breakfast and then go and have a second breakfast, counter lunch. Yeah, so obviously things are opening up right now. That's the Thredbo River that runs down here. Maybe originally Cowombat River. You can see where the track goes. That'll take you another k1.5 or so, 2k down to the Alpine Way, and you're only then 4k down from head down to Thredbo. Main range up there. They're the big boys up that way, starting with the Ram's Head Range. A lot of these mountains along here, the other side of that's it'll be the valley down along Thredbo there. Anyway, beautiful day. The forecast is not too bad, maybe patchy there for a couple of days during the week, but nothing to worry about. Alright, we'll go see if we can find a camp spot. day 34 and we're only about 6 k's out of Thredbo. Look at my tent, it's frozen. She was pretty icy overnight. Look at the ground's all white. It's pretty chilly. It's all frozen through the valley here, so anyway, sun's coming up, it'll all start melting. Anyway, we'll a few days rest, so yippee. Had a little bit of brekkie. We'll go down to Thredbo, as I said, 6k, and I'll have another big brekkie, so I'm pretty excited about that. Looking forward to fattening up on a bit of food. So alright, let's pack this baby up and get going. And Thredbo River, how nice is that? Plenty of little fish in there. Day 34 and 3 days rest at Thredbo. How good's that? Accommodation is unreal. I've been able to get in early. I already had a big breakfast this morning with scrambled eggs and bacon and sausages, mushrooms, tomatoes, toast. Did I say scrambled eggs? Absolutely sensational. I think it's a Sunday roast down on the Cascade, so I think I might head down there shortly for another feed. Just picked up my food drop, which I had just up there in the bush. So yeah, weather's beautiful today, and yeah, just got some groceries. Pick up a few more things over the next couple of days. Get my food drops, or my food all sorted for the next leg. How good's that? Righto. So here we are, day 36, still at Thredbo. Day 35 yesterday was pretty sort of a wet day, a bit ordinary. Partly cloudy today, it's not cold. Forecast for the next few days, maybe possible shower or two, but doesn't look like there's much in it for the next couple of days. the odd nice day, a little bit windy and a couple more, but depends on where we are by then. So we'll be getting closer to Cowombat, I guess. So tomorrow morning we'll get the chairlift up. We'll try and get there about 9. We're sort of pretty much ready to go, and straight up to the top. And then, well, plan was to camp up maybe Consent Stephen Pass or perhaps Anton Anderson Saddle, but we'll see how we're travelling. It's alright, might even push on further to Whites River. It is a big day, but a lot of that sort of walkboard walking, so as long as we're keeping sort of on to some sort of a schedule, should be fine. Anyway, might go for a bit of a walk, a little bit of exercise, I suppose. Alright, here we go.